think it's time for another video.
Whew. Have you ever felt like Frodo, from Lord of the Rings, holding onto that one ring, but you've just been super unsure about which path to take to Mount Doom? Today, we're taking that journey, but instead of Mordor, we're navigating the world of documentary distribution. But before we dive deep into this, let me share with you a story. There was this riveting documentary, beautifully shot, compelling narrative, everything top notch. But it almost never saw the light of day. Why? Because it was initially released on a platform that did not resonate with the target audience. Now imagine that. All that effort, all that story, lost in the vast sea of content. This brings me to the big question. Where should you, as business leaders, distribute your business documentary? Just throwing it out there on any platform isn't enough. It's like trying to sell ice in Antarctica. The place of distribution matters. Now let's break it down. Have you ever watched Shark Tank? Who am I kidding? Of course you have. Entrepreneurs step into the limelight, pitch their business, and hope that they get a deal that's going to change their lives. But not every deal is as golden as it seems. Similarly, when choosing where to distribute your documentary, not every platform is your Mark Cuban. Let's dissect the major players, starting with Netflix. Pros, you got a massive audience and an instant boost in credibility. Although there are cons, one of them being competitive. Getting onto Netflix is like trying to win The Bachelor. Only a few get in. And that's because they're picky and they have a reputation to maintain. Plus, there's fixed contracts, and of course the worst one of them all, the loss of rights. And that's because sometimes Netflix wants exclusivity, like being in a committed relationship where you can't see other people or other platforms. Next on the list, we have Amazon Prime, the trusty sidekick. First pro that made this list was flexible monetization. You can choose how you want to earn, be it rental, purchase, or streaming. My next pro, global reach. Because nowadays, who doesn't have Amazon? On the flip side, let's talk about cons. First one being lower visibility. Being on Prime doesn't guarantee views. That's like being a great singer in a choir. You need to stand out. Following closely behind is revenue share. While Amazon offers multiple monetization options, they also take a significant cut. Then let's go to one of my favorites, film festivals. First on the list, networking. Because film festivals are like the Met Gala for entrepreneurs. It's where you can literally rub shoulders with industry elites. Now, the pandemic changed that because they went online, but they're starting to come back in person, which is super beneficial. And the biggest one for me, brand exposure. Because even if you don't win an award, just being selected and nominated for an award already gives your brand huge visibility. It's like being nominated for an Oscar. Everyone is automatically going to know your name. On the other hand, the cons are entry fees, because you got to pay to get into film festivals. Pay me. It's like buying a ticket to a VIP event and there's no guarantee on the return of investment. And with film festivals also come niche audiences. The audience is very selective. It's not your average Joe watching. It's more of a Golden Globe crowd versus a Super Bowl crowd. Last but not least, YouTube and Vimeo's video on demand. The biggest pro is control. You're the boss. Think of it as being an indie rock band. You set the price. You control the content. And they offer direct revenue. There's no middleman taking huge cuts. It's just you and your audience.
It's mine, you understand? Mine, all mine!
A con, which could also play in your favor, is self-publishing. You have to be your own PR agent. You're now a one-man band. You're doing it all.
What?
And as we already know, it's a crowded space. And that's because everybody is on YouTube. There has to be strategy involved. So where does this leave us? The key is to know your audience, understand the nuances of each platform, and make strategic decisions. And just as you would choose the right distribution channel for your product, choose the right one for your documentary as well. After all, it's not just content. You can make that every day. This is your legacy. And circling back to Frodo and his epic journey, just as he had a mission, a purpose, a story to tell, so do you with your documentaries. It's about the legacy you leave and the impact that you make. So tell me, entrepreneurs, when it comes to your story, which path are you going to take to Mount Doom? And if you're uncertain of which documentary you got to do for you and your business, watch that video right here. Yep, it's gonna tell you everything you need to know about which documentary is the right one for you. And until next time, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video.